Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 69 of the Hearts of Midlothian Save, a significant number for some. And today we have a huge episode. We're back after the Winter World Cup. We'll have a look at how that went in just a second. But we are away to Celtic, a top of the table clash. We're going to play through the Dundee game off camera, and then we're back for the final Champions League group stage game. If we win, we are in the knockout rounds, assuming that Barcelona beat Benfica, but we're just going to assume that because otherwise it hurts my head. And if they do, in fact, beat Benfica, Barcelona that is, then a draw would be enough to get us out of the group stage as well. To be honest, if Benfica were to win, then we're kind of screwed because they have the head-to-head over us. But let's not worry about that, because that's not going to happen, because that would be heartbreaking. Now, you can see here we've played a few friendlies since last episode. To be honest, I just let the assistant take these. See, we've got a decent result there against Olympic Lyon at home. A decent win against, I think that's a Croatian team on the road. We've got probably a poor result, to be fair, against, I'm assuming, a Slovakian team, judging by the name. And then we went to Leicester. So we hosted Leicester and absolutely our butts handed to us. So the main thing there was just keeping match sharpness up, so I'm not too concerned about the result. But a lot has happened since last episode. If we go and have a look at club facilities, you will see that our training facilities are finished, so it's superb, not state-of-the-art yet, which is a little bit annoying. But, you know, we'll go again on the investment in that. If we look at finances, we still have a fair bit of money there. Now, you'll notice that we've dropped off a little bit. That's not because we've made a signing. That is because the board has approved a stadium expansion. Where are we here? Stadium expansions is at the top. There it is. There. Planning stadium expansion. So it'll take us up to our 25,000 capacity at Tynecastle. The reason I did that is it wasn't letting me ask for a new stadium. It was just the only option I had was to expand. So I figured we'll expand to the potential, and then if we need to go again, then we can look to get a new stadium built. But that's exciting news. That'll be done. It says there, ready for next season essentially. So I'm hoping that'll be the case. Because that would be really good. Now, the other bit of news that we have is Sean Clare has signed a new contract with the club, which is excellent news. 5.5 grand a week, another 4 years. So they'll take him up to 30, at which point I think we'll be kind of getting towards being done with him. But he's just been such a consistent, reliable player for us. Whether it's off the bench. First year he was more of a starter. That year he was more off the bench because that was when we had Middleton, wasn't it, playing down the left. And you can see there, then that last 2 years he's been brilliant as well. And this year he's just a different class, isn't he? So that's all very exciting news. And the other thing I wanted to check was the World Cup, of course. Now we did have, what's his face? Lewis Hartford in the team, in the Scottish team. They didn't do anything. Portugal ended up winning it. They beat Argentina in the final, so that would probably be without Messi and Ronaldo, I would imagine. No, Messi was there. He lost another final. Well done, Messi. And Ronaldo beat him. So there we go. That make you imagine the marketing around that game. That would have been, last chance saloon for them both, essentially. If you're wondering how other teams did, England won the third place playoff against France. There's the semi-final results for you there. Argentina beat England on penalties, and Portugal beat France. Quarterfinals, USA was maybe a surprise team to be there, but otherwise it's not really too many surprises. The round of 16 to get out of the... Of course, this is the massive World Cup, let's not forget. So, Tunisia got out of the group, as did Senegal, Nigeria, South Africa. So, a lot of African success. Uruguay, South Korea. Brazil got beaten by Argentina. And Poland there was done by USA. And this is the groups, if you're wondering. We'll see how Scotland did. I can tell you now it's not good. If we scroll down here, try and get it above my head, you can see Croatia went out in the group stage there at the expense of South Africa, which would have been disappointing, I would imagine. Jamaica actually got a draw against England, which I thought was funny. 0-0, not funny, but well, it is kind of funny. I'm Australian, so you got to give me that one. You can see there Scotland just the 1 point with the draw out of Iran, so that's going to be a disappointment for them. Though to be fair, Uruguay and Spain were tough opponents. Behind my head here, you can see it was Turkey and Japan that went out, and it was Czech Republic and Australia. Australia didn't lose 3 games without scoring a goal. I'm just going to tell you that. Oh, they did score a goal. Not a good World Cup for my boys. But that pretty much has us caught up on everything. Now let's go and have a look at what we're expecting here from Celtic. And going to Celtic Park, you would imagine we're not the favourites. They're in really good form, aren't they? Some of these may be friendly games, are they? It doesn't matter. I don't want to know because they're in good form. That's all we need to care about. We are behind them by a point, but we do have a game in hand. So a draw here would actually be considering away from home as well, would actually be a really good result for us. Obviously, a win would be amazing. A loss, and we're not we're not ahead, with that game in hand if we should win it. So it's still Bielsa, still attacking and passing. Now, the scouts are thinking they might play like this. Now, if that's the case, it's going to really, really ruin our plans. Because I'm going to have to think on my feet a little bit. The way they have been playing, and the way I'm hoping they play, is like this. That's how we beat them last time, of course, when we played them at our place. But we can see there the heat map, the passing network, and their key passes. Very, very direct key passes for a passing team, which worries me just ever so slightly. But this is the team we're sending out. It's pretty much the strongest team we have available to us. In terms of injuries, Rossiter's injured, but he's never played for us, I don't think. So I don't know how much longer he's going to be here. Curtis Jones is gone, though. That's a big one. About a month. Oh, up to a month, anyway. So he's going to miss the Basel game. And Henderson as well, who we haven't really used this year, but he's picked up a bit of a serious injury as well. So those players aren't available. So it's Teddy Smith in goal. It's Taylor, Hehu, Coping, and Johnson as a back four. Cochrane and Dominguez in midfield. It's Brewster, Hartford, and Lancaster. Lancaster's been scoring goals, so he's pushed Sean Clare out, which takes some doing. And Innes Cameron is going to start up top. So they are playing in this way. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to drop Cochrane back into an anchor man just to try and protect against the two strikers, and we'll drop Hartford back in. Ideally, if this I known was how they were playing, we would have played Clare and Lancaster up top as a deep lying forward, but we can't do that now. I didn't really believe the scouts, and that's what I get for not trusting my scouts, isn't it? Tell the team, expect to prove a point today. Good luck, lads. Go out there, pull off an upset. Let's win this one for the fans, take us top of the table. I wonder if that would work. Let's go top of the table today, boys. Alright. I'm going to fix up these tactics, and we'll come back for kickoff. So there you go. This is how we're going to play now. We'll just drop those two back in a little bit. It's not revolutionary. I'm a little bit worried with this high defensive line, having seen their directness of their passing. I might just chicken... No, we'll be brave. We'll be brave. Scotland the brave, as they say, or as no one says. I don't know. Let's get that notebook out of the way. We don't need that anymore. And let's see what we can do. We will still be positive. I do think we need to attack Celtic because we have goals in us. And I think if we just sit back, I don't think it's going to help us. I think we're just going to concede a goal to them anyway. Yeah, I mean, it continues to be tough when they have the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain in their lineup. But we showed at our place that we can beat them, that they are beatable. So if we play well, don't make mistakes or just minimize the mistakes, then we've got to be a chance. Oh, Johnson, bring that down, mate. Bring that down. Here we go. Oh, are we going to get caught out? Are we going to get caught out? You know what we might need to do here? We are going to get caught out is man mark the wingers. Because they do have that sort of basically a four-man strike force with those wingers high up the pitch. So we might just go and do that. I mean, it's a little bit late now, isn't it? Shutting the horse. Shutting the barn door as the horse bolts off into the sunset. But we've got to do it. We've got to do it. One goal we might be able to rescue. 2 goals, you'd start to think it's going to be tough. So I'll make that change. I'll tell them to show some passion, and let's hope we can defend the corner. Come on, boys, away. Oh, we did just about get that away. Ox is going to bring that back, though. I'm just wondering, their goal there was somewhat of a counter-attack. Oh, we've got to do better than that. Oh, it's not a penalty. Johnson just caught behind his man, and it looks like he stuck a foot in, committed the foul, and... Oh, that's not a red card, referee. He was making an attempt to play the ball. Oh, that stuffs us up, doesn't it? I guess we'll bring Lang on. Just play without a striker. We're focused down the flanks anyway. We're gonna have to play that really hurts, doesn't it? Yeah. We just have to do that. These guys, the wingers, have sort of marking duties, making sure the fullbacks don't get forward unmarked for the overlap. So the striker is really the only position without... Oh, Teddy Smith makes a huge save, and you just never know. If it can keep it to 1-0, you just never know. Come on, boys, let's encourage. Let's just encourage. It's a huge ask now, isn't it? I mean, even if we can just keep it to 1-0, it's an amazing achievement, realistically. I I don't think that's a red card. They changed the rule as long as, and I mean, it wasn't violent. It certainly didn't look violent. If you're in the penalty, as long as you're making an attempt to play the ball, it's that whole triple penalty thing, isn't it? He should have just got a yellow card because the penalty was awarded, and that way he wouldn't get a suspension as well. So I think the referee needs to learn his rules on that one, and I will try to appeal it. I don't know if we're going to have any luck with that. Lang has let his man go, and Teddy Smith's there again. It's still there with Celtic, though. Don't foul him, boys, and that's well over the bar. And Bothheim was offside in any case. I mean, this has been okay, hasn't it? To be fair to us, we've done quite well closing them down here, which makes me wonder if maybe we should have been just looking to play on the counter-attack in the first place. I think when we played them last time, though, we were positive, which is why I kind of thought maybe we should do that again. But again, away from home, maybe I've been a little bit over-ambitious here. Inverness is holding Rangers right now, and that would be a fantastic result for us as well. Let's go with a come on, lads, remain down. We can still get a result here. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's try and be positive. Anybody that's not playing well, we will tell them that we need to see an improvement, though. And we've lost the confidence of He Who. Excellent stuff. He Who seems very, very fragile at times, doesn't he? Oh, come on, boys. Come on. Lancaster, more from you, please, mate. Yeah, I mean, we've got Dundee up next in the league. This is basically the team I was hoping to play against Basel. Or Basel, depending if you're... I think it's if you're Swiss or German or something. I forget what the difference in language is. Here we go. This is a big chance. Dominguez, good ball in. It's Hartford. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Go on, boys. We should be playing for set pieces, actually, just as an afterthought. But first goal of the year for World Cup hero Lewis Hartford. He's on about $7,500 a week now, too, because he played 5 games for Scotland. But he's worth every cent of that if that's what he's going to do for us. It's 1-1 and we're down to 10 men. And what a start to the second half that is. Come on, boys. Come on. Oh, no. We come straight back. Can we nick this? Can we nick this? Oh, horrible feelings. Oh, don't do it, boys. You did so well in that first half. Down to 10 men, not to concede. We're not going to do it now, are we? Surely. Stay on your man there. Stay on your man. We've got a Oh, it's straight through Teddy Smith as well. And what a piss off that is. Show some passion, boys. What have you done? Teddy Smith, I mean, and there was comments after last episode. He has been really good for us this season. That is the reason that we need to improve, don't we? There's, of course, the transfer window opening up in between these 2 games. Actually, this episode it'll open. I continue to wonder if goalkeeping is where we need to look to strengthen. If we get to a point this year where realistically we're not going to be in a title race with Celtic, what I think... Oh, it's not marked. Oh, tell you what, we've done really, really well in the end there. My plan is to put Maurice in and just give him the game time. Because you can see potentially he's much, much better than Teddy Smith is. Right now, Teddy Smith is doing a wonderful job, but we've just seen there, with shots like that go straight through him, I think we've seen the reason that we maybe can't rely on him all the time. Or sort of moving forward, I should say. Alright, what do we want to do here? Is there anything? Brewster's not having a great game, is he? He's looking nervous as well. Alright, let's bring Sean Clare on and play him down the right. He is right-footed. I think he's better on the right than Lancaster is. Let's push forward here, boys. Come on, can we get a late winner here? Let's go attacking. Let's have a crack at this. The other thing I think we might do is... Okay, you know what we might do? We sacrifice Cochrane and go with a striker. Yeah. We might concede. We probably will concede. But, you know, there's a goal in it. We need to go for it here. We need to go for this. Did I just see Inverness is taking the lead against Rangers? I saw it was 1-0. I have a wonderful feeling it just might have been Inverness that took the lead. That would be a huge result for us, and just in terms of making sure we get second. Is there anything else we want to do here? We probably need to be more expressive. Raise the tempo. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I don't think there is. We don't want to open ourselves up too much. Come on, boys. Can we get a block in there? We can. It's fallen into space in midfield, where of course we are a man light now, having put McNeil up top. Oh, Johnson walks it in, and Teddy Smith again. I'm going to have to sign a keeper, aren't I? Yeah. Oh, that's so disappointing. It's so... I can't bear to watch that again. Yes, we'll keep going with the changes, but come on, boys. Can we get creative? It doesn't matter now. We're 2 goals down. Let me know what you think in the comments of the red card. I'm sure that the rule is... I'm not even sure. I know the rule has changed. Unless the referee thought it was violent, that's the only reason. I mean, he was behind him, but it wasn't a foul like that, was it? So there we go. We lose 3-1. We played most of that game with 10 men. We were level for 2 minutes. That was the goal that killed us, wasn't it? We needed to stay level for longer. I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed, boys. I'm disappointed. So Celtic coast past the Jambos. That is annoying. I'm appealing that. I am 100%. I'm appealing that because it shouldn't have been a red card. Have a look at the league table. We're 4 points back. We do still have that game in hand, so potentially that could be 1 point. You know what's going to hurt us though? That stupid loss to Aberdeen, isn't it? That's the one that could hurt us. But anyway, wait right there, guys. We'll be back. Look at this Champions League table. We need to become Barcelona fans. Hope that they do a job against Benfica, and then we beat Basel. We are in to the last 16 of the Champions League at the first attempt. Oh, I'm excited for that. So there we go. The red card was rescinded, which means we shouldn't have been down to 10 men for most of that game, which means I'm really actually more annoyed now than I thought I would be, because I just feel like we've played for 10 men for nothing. We would have been, Teddy Smith saved the penalty, 11 on 11. We already showed we could score. We just wonder how different that game could have been. But, anyway, the good news is that Darnell Johnson's red card was rescinded. And I tell you what, that's no small achievement, because it's very rarely those things get rescinded. Dear, glorious, wonderful football gods, please allow us to beat Basel FC and progress from the group. Please, I beg of you gods. Some people have absolutely no respect. Hello. Speaking. Neil Harris from Millwall. Oh, you're at QPR now. Oh, congratulations. How can I help you, mate? You want to buy Teddy Smith. Okay. I tell you what. £2 million and he's yours, but I have to be able to sign a replacement first. Okay, yep, that sounds like a deal, mate. Good doing business with you. Okay, welcome back. Now, as you've just heard, we have had a bid and accepted a bid for Teddy Smith. Now, given what happened just last game, we do need to upgrade. Now, QPR's made a bid, £2 million. I did say we need to find a replacement before he's allowed to leave. But I just think £2 million is not the worst fee for him. Maybe we could have negotiated a little bit more than that for him, but I'm happy with £2 million, to be honest. And like I say, he's been brilliant for us this year. Really good. And look at that average rating. He's been superb. But we do need to upgrade on him. He's not good enough to take us to where we want to be. So, yeah, that's happened. And I have been looking for a replacement. And I think I may have found him here in Juan Aymar. You can see the scouts absolutely love this guy to pieces. Okay, so let's start with the scouting report for him. He's as good as Teddy Smith right now. Potentially can be a lot better. That's the good thing. First touch worries me a little bit, but otherwise, he's genuinely an upgrade on Teddy Smith. If not right now, then in the future, he definitely will be. Let's have a look at the negatives. So the transfer fee is not the worst. $2 million for Teddy Smith, so we're actually paying 2.5 out of pocket for this guy, plus a few add-ons if he plays 50 games, if he gets 10 caps for Argentina, and if we win the league. All that is fine. The big negative is that we have to pay him. You can see there, maybe you can see there, the $8,000 a week to make sure he gets the work permit so he's able to play. I can kind of justify that. It's not actually going to cost us that much, because Teddy Smith right now is on $1.4 a week, so that's fine. I'm trying to get Buka out of the club here because we signed him. I signed him from Chelsea. I thought he was going to be a second nationality of English, even though he's Polish. He wasn't. So we're basically throwing $3,000 a week up the wall on that. What's that, $4,500. Connor Hazard is leaving at the end of the year as well. That's another, let's say, $1,500, so it's easy to do the maths. That's $6,000 a week that we're going to save just getting rid of goalkeepers that we're not going to need anymore. So we're effectively paying an extra $2,000 a week for Aymar, and I think that works out okay. I'm relatively happy with that. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I do think that works out okay for us. Now, this is why we're all here, for this massive game at Basel in the Champions League. We could have both go into the knockout rounds here or crash out of Europe altogether, depending how results go. But before we get to this, we did have a league game against Dundee. Let's see how that went. It was the old duo of Mitchell crossing Ferrucci that gave us an early lead, though in truth the Dundee defence should have done better. Sean Clare doubled our lead with his latest entrant for goal of the season. And Uche added a third after half-time from a Clare knockdown. Dundee pulled back 2 late goals to make us nervous. The second, an absolute peach. So there we go, it was looking so good for a while there. Uche with a double, Clare with a worldie as well, his goal of the season, or latest goal of the season, the contender. 2 late goals though, definitely made it nervous for us. You can see the match stats, I think that's probably a fair reflection. They were quite good second half, we gave them a lot of space. I mean, it's probably tactics, probably down to me, that one. But yeah, deserved win, but certainly not the most comfortable win. 3-2 was definitely, I think any more than that would have been very much flattering to us. You can see there the league table. We're still 4 points back of Celtic, although we do have a game in hand. 9 points ahead of Rangers and Aberdeen as well, which is nice because we just want to make sure we at least are getting second in the league, so we're getting back into the playoff rounds for the Champions League year in, year out, if we at all can. Now, I'm so nervous for this game. The scouting report, we can see it's still the same coach, Marcel Kohler, a balanced mentality, a direct playing style. Now, we know we beat them 5-1 at our place. What worries me is that we beat Genk in qualifying 5-1 at our announcers have taken a week off, apparently. We beat them 5-1 at our place in the playoff, but we lost away from home. We cannot afford to lose this game. That being the case, I am going a little bit more cautious here because I am expecting them to play with a number 10. So away from home, I just want to... A draw gets us at least into the Europa League for well, not after Christmas because it's already January 3rd, but you know what I mean. So we're going to go with Teddy Smith in goal. It may be his last game for us. He's underbid. Let's hope he leaves us on a high. It's going to be Taylor, Hehu, Coping and Johnson as a back four. Cochrane as the DM. Dominguez and Hartford in midfield. Brewster and Lancaster provide the width. Cameron up top as a complete forward will hopefully provide some goals. So they are playing as expected. Oh, I don't like being so defensive, but I think we need to do it. I really, really do. What do we want to say? They expected to pick up where they left off. I mean, we conceded a few goals at the end of that game, but all right, let's go with that. Some calm, we have faith. We don't want to... We just want to get the job done here, boys. Just a good, solid performance, please. So the ins and outs of this game, basically, as long as we don't lose, we will be at a minimum in the Europa League. Then we need to better Benfica's result to make sure we're going out of the group. Benfica are hosting Barcelona, so you'd like to think that Barcelona can do us a big favour there. But the main things that we need to make sure we will win the game, but definitely don't lose it. If we do that, at a minimum we're in the Europa League, and we need to be playing in Europe to get our coefficient points up so we can get better and better, higher up the pooling where possible. Here we go with Brewster. It's there for Lancaster in a little bit of space, and Jack Lancaster gives us a 10th minute lead. He's 11th of the season. Brian Brewster with the assist, and that is almost, well, that is the perfect start, isn't it? 10 minutes in, we'll demand a little bit more here. We move up to second because obviously the other game is still currently a draw. And can you imagine are we going to get out of the group here? It's Lancaster, good finish. Keeper maybe with some questions to answer, getting beaten at his near post, but he can answer them to Collar, not to me. I don't care, mate. I think you're a wonderful goalkeeper. Yeah, come on. We're doing okay in possession as well. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's give it a demand more again. We don't want them relaxing here. Come on, we need more from you, boys. It's an even game, isn't it? We're just shading possession, but it's otherwise a very, very even game. Dominguez isn't having his best game in midfield, only a 6-6. Brewster's kicked up a kick in the shins, but he seems to be fine. He's on a booking as well, which isn't ideal. Let's show some passion coming into the break here, boys. Come on. Oh, it's been a bit of a snooze fest. Oh, and Benfica's taken the lead against Barcelona. What are you doing, Barca? Come on, Messi. He's still annoyed he lost the World Cup final, isn't he? All right, that's okay. It's got to be an assertive. Do not get complacent here, boys. Do not do it. Hasn't been the best performance from Innes Cameron, but he's up there alone. I do wonder, dude. I just said don't get sent off. Why are you demotivated? Who's motivated by getting sent off? You muppet. I do wonder if we go Lancaster as a deep lying forward, but we'll leave it for now. If we get another 45 minutes like that, come on, boys, come on, demand more. We're looking nervous. Why are we looking nervous, boys? Come on, we're doing well, we're doing fine. What do we say? I wonder if we just try and encourage I don't like. They're just frustrated. And Brewster's picked up a knock. He's on a booking. That does it for me. Let's bring Claire on. He can go down the right. That's fine. I'm wondering if we take off. What's his face here? Dominguez, who isn't having his best day in midfield either. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's show some passion here. Here we go. Cochrane. Good ball in. It's edge of the area. It's He-Hoo! He-Hoo! What a goal from the centre-back. A wonderful, wonderful strike. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 and we just need Barcelona to do us a favour here. We'll tell them to concentrate. It's a wonderful strike from the centre-back. Look at that. Eyes closed, foot through it, and there we go. It's in the back of the net. And it's 2-0. Come on, Barcelona. We need you to get a draw out of Benfica for us. Oh, we've nicked that off Cochrane. Come on, boys. We're not done here yet. Let's keep our concentration going. Oh, if they score again, it gets nervous, doesn't it? Come on, boys. Over the top. Can we win that ball? Oh, what a header that is from Johnson. That's maybe as good as a goal, that header. That was absolutely wonderful. We go on the break now with Hartford. What's he going to do? He's got support with him if he can find. There we go. Sean Clare. Clare. Go on, Clare. Go on, Clare. Go. Oh, he's laid it off with Dominguez. Dominguez! Oh! If he was more confident, does he stick that away? I was waiting for Clare to just unleash one, to be honest. Here we go again. He-Hoo brings it out of defence for us. He's got men around him. Look for your pass. He goes in for Cameron. That's a good ball. Well trapped by... Oh, Cameron, what is that, mate? What is that? Oh, they've just gone straight over our heads. He-Hoo is there. He's isolated. He goes himself, and that is ambitious at best. Do we look to sit back on the counter-attack? Dominguez is having an absolute nightmare. We're going to bring Dozzle on. He's just had a nightmare. So let's play him as just a central midfielder, perhaps. Just do your thing in there, Dozzle. Let's give them some praise. We're doing okay here. We want to try and build confidence if we can. We've got to defend this. Oh, we're so close. Don't concede here. Don't concede. They've conceded. Barcelona's pulled one back. Defenders are convinced it wasn't a goal. It's not a goal. It's not a goal. Okay. Unfortunately for us, it's happened, and friggin' Barcelona's going to lose to Benfica. It's 2-1. We need them to score. It just wouldn't be fair. Here we go with Dozzle. Dozzle! Oh, I'll tell you what a save that is. Should Dozzle have got the goal there? Come on, we need Barcelona to score for us. We've won the game. We've done brilliantly. We've ended the group with 9 points. And unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to be enough. We're going to lose out on head-to-head or potentially goal difference to Benfica. Come on, boys. It could be goal difference, I guess. I don't know how our goal difference stands. I think because they beat us 4-1 and we beat them, was it 3-1 or 3-2? I don't know if it goes on just the result, like the win, or if it goes on goal difference as well. So there is maybe a chance. I don't know. They've got to be better. If they beat Barcelona, their goal difference has got to be better, doesn't it? And they spanked us, and we also got beaten quite comfortably by Barcelona. So we'll wait and find out here. But this game's coming to an end. Let's not get too down. We've gone to away in the Champions League and we've won a game. That is absolutely massive. There's the full-time whistle. And it's not going to have been enough, unfortunately. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm pleased with the performance, boys. Yeah. Quality finishing the difference at St. Jacob Park. Brewster is just out for a day, so that's fine. More money in the bank, which is massive as well. I mean, that basically just pays for the new goalkeeper if he comes in. We're knocked out of the Champions League. That is so ridiculously harsh. 9 points, and we've gone out. I think we can be proud of ourselves. I think we've done really, really well to get so close in that group. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the losses, the results, the actual scores perhaps, I can't be upset about losing at home or away to Barcelona, and I can't be upset about losing away to Benfica. So, what can you do? I think we've pretty much done as well as we could perhaps hope to have done. I mean, to say could we have got a draw out of Barcelona it's silly to say, isn't it? I think that's as good as we could have done, and we're just not good enough, unfortunately. We will parachute down to the Europa League though, so that's something to look forward to. But that's it for today though, guys. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up, and of course, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes. Now, we have got our first Scottish Cup round against Berwick, who are a non-league club essentially. So I would expect to get a win there. What we'll do is we'll come back. I'm not sure when the Europa League starts up again, but we'll come back either for a Europa League tie, or if there isn't a Europa League tie, we might come back for, say, Rangers and Hamilton, somewhere in the Hibs are 6, aren't they? Rangers is the big one for us, I think. So maybe Rangers in Hamilton or Partick in Hamilton, somewhere around here if there isn't a Europa League tie before that. So until next time, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.